is Geeks time on this Friday evening. It's the Mahoning and Shenango Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. It's all about the rain, right? You know, I've heard from a lot of people, hey, when's it going to stop raining? We're tired of this. I'm tired of this as well. It's been a very soggy start to the month of April. It's actually been soggy going back to the last week of March when we add up the regional rain totals from local weather observers going back through March 23rd. Now, this does not account for what's happened today since about daybreak. But if you discount today, a lot of places 4, 5, 6, even 7 or 8 inches worth of rain over the last 19 or 20 days. Some of the highest totals in southeastern Columbiana County from Wellsville and East Liverpool and Glenmore on eastward over towards Portersville and southeastern Lawrence County. The Pittsburgh area, of course, has had a lot of problems over the last couple of days. And we have some 24-hour totals here that are also very impressive. Of course, at this time last evening, it was still pouring rain in a lot of places, especially in western PA, and going back 24 hours over towards Cranberry, north of Pittsburgh, 2.43, 2.01 in Slippery Rock, 1.01 around Glenmore and Calcutta, southeastern Columbiana County. Even some impressive totals up here across our northwestern viewing area as well. And then we can also look at the regional official observations at regional airports. This goes back 48 hours. We're up over an inch and a half at the Youngstown Warren Regional Airport, but check out Pittsburgh, 2.97. In fact, yesterday, the calendar day, April 11th, was the wettest April day in history, in recorded history, in Pittsburgh at the airport in Moon Township. So, yeah, a lot of places well over an inch, even over 2 inches worth of rain over the last 48 hours. We've had some water in the basements, and we have rises on our area rivers and streams and creeks, of course, and area-wide flood warnings still out for a good chunk of western Pennsylvania and parts of Columbiana County as well. We also have a flood warning out for Eagle Creek near Braceville in Trumbull County. That's no surprise that we oftentimes have flood warnings there when it's been too soggy. Now, Eagle Creek is probably going to crest this evening in minor flood stage around 12 feet, and then a slow decline in that river and creek level over the next 12 to 24 hours. Down along the Ohio River at East Liverpool, you know the drill from last week. These larger tributaries, these larger rivers, the lag time is usually a little more substantial between when the heavy rain happens and when the river crests. And so it's no surprise that we're not expecting a crest of the Ohio River at East Liverpool until Saturday evening, about 14.5 feet. And that's minor flood stage. This isn't a major event or anything, but it's our second one of these in 2 weeks. As if the rain were not bad enough, we have wind out there tonight. In fact, the Weather Service in Cleveland did hoist a high wind warning for the Cleveland metro area and some of the adjacent counties as well. The rest of the region, just about all of Ohio, just about all of western and central Pennsylvania, in a wind advisory for tonight and heading into first thing tomorrow morning. This was the regional radar at 7:22 p.m. It's looked like this all day. It's just been raining for several hours, and this is wind-driven, chilly rain with temperatures staying in the 40s. In the 7 o'clock hour, we had a gust at the airport of 25, pretty modest, but those winds are going to pick up over the next few hours. At the top of the hour at Hopkins Airport in Cleveland, it was gusting to 53. Might have a gust to 40 or 45 or so around our television viewing area before the evening is through. When are we going to ditch the raindrops? Well, it's going to be in a handful of hours, towards midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, as this rain tapers off, it's not impossible that we may see a few snowflakes trying to mix in with the rain at the last minute over around and east of I-79 in Pennsylvania. No big deal there. The big story is the rain's finally going to end overnight, and as we head out the door tomorrow morning, sunshine will be breaking through, especially by mid to late morning. And we're expecting wall-to-wall sunshine for Saturday afternoon. That's the good news. The bad news is not exactly a warm day on Saturday with temperatures in the middle 50s, and the breeze will be pretty feisty all day long. The wind will finally diminish by Saturday evening. All right, let's talk about our next weather maker. Now, this is going to be a rapid turnaround on Sunday. The atmosphere is going to recover quickly. We're going to start out the day in the 40s, stable atmosphere, and then with a brisk southwest wind developing, we're going to have no trouble getting well up into the 60s, even close to 70 or so on Sunday, with a rise in dew points as well. And with this weak weather disturbance pushing in, it's a recipe for, I think, a scattering of showers and thunderstorms, especially as we head towards late afternoon and early evening. I've stopped the clock here at about 5 o'clock or so. The latest run of our kind of in-house computer model here paints a lot of the heavier activity more to our east. I'm not sure if this is the right idea yet or not, but it is something that it's an idea that's shared by a couple of our other high-resolution models this afternoon. We'll see what tonight's runs bring, but the risk is there all along this front for a brief window of feisty thunderstorms, and then we're left with sunshine for Monday. Today, the Storm Prediction Center did, with their Day 3 outlook, include a lot of Ohio and a lot of Pennsylvania in the low-end risk of severe weather, 1 on our 1 to 5 severe weather scale. Again, the timing of this locally, late afternoon, very early in the evening. Will this be upgraded at some point? The jury's very much out on that. It's not a slam dunk that it will be. This is a pretty fast-moving disturbance, but I think there will be a pretty good setup for this with it coming through at the right time of day, with an increase in those dew points. Not going to be surprised if we have a brief window with some severe weather late Sunday afternoon into early Sunday evening. All right, so let's talk about the medium and longer range. Here's today's panels from the Climate Prediction Center showing the 6 to 10 day, the 8 to 14 day, and the weeks 3 and 4 forecasts. Temperatures up top. The 6 to 10 day period starts mild, ends chilly. I think we've got a chilly weekend coming up next weekend, and that cooler air will probably stick around for a handful of days. The weeks 3 and 4 outlooks show a lot of that cold being flushed out of the U.S., and we get back to just a more typical late April, early May pattern. Precipitation-wise, we like some of the trends here. Yes, there's going to be a couple of chances of showers and storms next week, around the middle of the week, but I think as that colder air makes inroads at the end of the week and into next weekend, it's also a somewhat drier pattern starting to take shape. And so, super dry, no, but drier, we'll take that. A lot of, baseball and softball games have been canceled so far this spring. Everybody's kind of itching to mow their yard if you haven't mowed yet this year, or if it's been a couple of weeks since you've mowed. We haven't had many opportunities to mow with all the rain. So any sort of drier weather pattern would certainly be welcome. Make sure you're following me on all the social medias. I'll update you throughout the weekend on Sunday's Storm Chance. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks on this Friday evening and all week long. I'll see you right back here on Monday.